Hola clase, habla la profesora B y hoy vamos a hablar sobre los números más altos que 100, ¿verdad? Que 100. So today we're going to talk about numbers higher than 100. But first we're going to review some of the numbers here. Del 10 al 100. So let's review. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 101, 131. So remember all these numbers. We have to know 20, 30, 40, etc. Y 100 is only for 100. After 100, you have to use ciento. Okay, so you say 101. There's no E in between 100 and whatever number it is. Okay, so nothing in between. So this number will be 131. So what if you want to say 166? Then you say 166. Okay, what about 110? 110. You go straight into that 10. There's no E in between. Remember that. Okay? So what happens when you get into the hundreds? 100. And once you pass 100, you use ciento, como 102. Now let's get into 200s and above. Repeat after me. 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000, 2000, 11,000. So anything after, with 1,000 is 1000. So if you want to say 200,000, you would say 200,000. 900,000, 900,000. Remember in Spanish, the 1,000 is marked with a dot and the decimals with a comma. So it's the opposite of English, okay? So whenever you see a dot, it means that it's 1,000, okay? Or I guess 1,000,000. So it marks the thousands. So how do you say 500,000? 500,000. Okay? Now millones. Millón has an accent. Un millón. And it's just note that the spelling is different from English, right? There's no I and there's an accent, millón. But after that, 2,000,000, 4,000,000, 100,000,000. Millones in the plural form has no accent. Okay? So if you want to say 11 million, you just say 11 millones. Okay? Ahora los usos. 100, we have 100, but after 100, you have to use ciento, right? 112, 120, 130, etc. Multiples of hundreds have gender. So 200 libros, 200 casas. Libros is masculine, so use 200. 200 casas, feminine, casas, so use feminine. 400 cuadernos, cuadernos masculino, usamos 400. Y sillas, que es femenino, usamos 400 sillas. So this gender thing only happens with the multiples of 100 and the number 1. So uno becomes un libro, una casa. But it doesn't do that for all the other numbers. It's only for the, multiples of 100. So if you want to say 4 books and 4 houses, cuatro remains the same. 4 libros, 4 casas. The gender thing only happens with the multiples of 100 and number 1. Okay, remember that. 1,000 is not un mil. You just say mil. Okay, mil. 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Okay? Un millón. When you use anything million of something, you have to use de. 1,000,000 rabbits. So you say un millón de conejos. 10 millones de dólares. If you notice, we do that only with the million because with the 200, 300, 400, we don't have de, right? So 200 casas, you go straight into the noun. Población de Los Ángeles, population of Los Angeles. Este es del 2016. Sería 3.976.000. Si notan, son tres números. 3, 976 y 000, I guess. So if you notice, you can divide into three sections. 3, 976, and then whatever comes after. So divides millones y mil. La población de California es 39.250.000. So if you divide into sections, 39, 250, it's a lot easier, right? To think like that. And you would just add millones and mil. Okay? Años en español. So how do you say 1993? Do you notice in English you say 1993? You divide the numbers into two. But in Spanish you cannot say that. You have to say 1993. So you say 1993. If you say 2023, you cannot say 2023. No, you have to say the whole number for the years. So you say 2023. 1956, you cannot say 1956. No, you have to say the whole number. So be 1956. ¿Y en qué año naciste tú? Think about the year you were born. See if you can say it in Spanish. So you would say, yo nací, I was born, en 1975. See if you can figure out, huh? So how would you say this? 8.910.204. So if you divide it into section, it's a lot easier. 8, 910, 204, and you put the thousand and the millions. This one will be 7.835. Okay, so write these numbers on your paper, pause, and then come back and look at your answers, okay? Okay, now you came back, so this is what you should have. 2.511.850. So divide into two sections. Number 2, 511 and 850. If you notice, 2.511.850. And you just put millones and mil, right? So the second one, you can do 5.103. 503.819. La población de California, ok, vamos a ver. En el 2018 fue 39.557.045. You try to read the other ones, how they grow over time. 2019, 39.675.716. En el 2020, 39.538.223. Y en el 2021, 39.656.838. ¿Ok? Practiquen en la casa. ¿Ok? Adiós.